Hi there and welcome to another Midweek Memo. And before you start worrying, don't worry, your machine is still working. It's just that we're in the dark, or rather, we've taken all the light away. I am holding something and I wonder whether you can guess what it is. No? No ideas? All right, tell you what, let's make it a little bit easier. Okay, how about now? I'll just give it a bit of a turn. Just see if that makes it any easier. It's a very regular kind of household thing, something you'd use every day. Okay, perhaps you've got it. Who knows? Well, let's make it totally easy for you. Here, now, there it is, a teapot. We heard last weekend about how Jesus healed a man born blind. The first time he spat on his eyes and having been able to see nothing, the man said, I can see people, but they look like trees running around. Then Jesus touched him again, and then finally he was able to see completely. It's a beautiful picture of the way that God opens our eyes. In the context, the disciples go from not really understanding Jesus at all, not knowing who he is, to sort of knowing who he is, but not really understanding why he came and what that means, to then eventually, by the time we get to the end of the gospel, really understanding who he is, why he came, and what that means. And all of us are on that journey somewhere. We're all somewhere in between not seeing and seeing. Whether we're at the beginning of our Christian lives, we've been going for a long time, we're right at the end. There is always more that we can understand of who Jesus is and what that means for ourselves. So wherever you find yourself, whatever your confusing questions are right now, whatever you're struggling to work through, have you thought of turning, as the blind man did, to Jesus to open your eyes? Take that question, take that doubt, and say, Lord, help me see. A few notices to share with you, most of them surrounding this month and our prayer activities. This is a year of prayer for us, and we've got loads going on in Lent to focus on that. This evening at 8 p.m, we've got the second of our ancient prayer practices. Come and hear how the Ignatian practice of the examen allows us to think about our lives and reflect on them in the light of who God is. Then, looking further ahead, we've got our prayer and worship night this Sunday evening at 6:30 p.m. That's not going to be in the main church building. It'll be in the centre, just like the last one we did. And if that was anything to go by, it's going to be a fantastic evening of singing together, praising God together, and reaching out to him in prayer. We'd love to see you there. If you've never been to one before, these prayer and worship nights are really fantastic occasions as we come together. On this occasion, we'll be praying particularly for our unity as a church. That kicks off a whole week of prayer activities. On next Wednesday, we have our prayer at the centre. And then finally, at the end of the week, on Friday evening, we've got a half night of prayer. We'd love you to engage with any of that you can as we concentrate this year on becoming a praying church. For information on all of those things and all the other things going on throughout March up to Easter, do get a copy of our guide. It's linked with this video. You can also find it on our website, and you'll find times for all our Easter services and everything else that's happening in the life of our church through this month. Thanks for joining us.